Hi everyone! So I have a plan ready. This is kind of what happens in my mind when I'm planning a layout. This time I did look on Pinterest to kind of give myself an idea of how I wanted to draw it out for you. And that way you could you could visualize what I'm visualizing in my head. So don't you love just seeing what's inside my head? But anyway, when I draw something like this, I'll just give you some quick tips. I'll use a grid paper behind, so I kind of trace this out, and I do it on 3 by 3 inches, because these smaller squares, it works out to there's 4 here, so 4 times 3, there's 12, and then you have your 12 by 12, and you can draw your photos in at roughly the right size. So you have somewhat of a scale. That's the hardest part about drawing a sketch, is knowing the scale. So the plan is these are 6 by 4, I guess, because they're portrait, and this one's 4 by 6. This one's going to be cut down a little bit. I am going to try and keep this line the same though. And there's going to be some decoration here, probably some snowflakes. It's a snow layout, and another piece of paper here that kind of continues. It's going to look like it goes behind here, but really I'll just do a strip on top, but that'll have the title kind of up in that corner. That's the plan for now. So we'll see where that goes. Here's the photos, fun photos. This is my sister and my brother-in-law, and the nice snow pictures. Tell you a little bit more about this event after. Let's take this picture out. So, and I'll just leave these ones sort of here too. And then I can show you, okay, I'm going to start with showing you this. I really like how it matches my hat and my sister's coat. This is from 'Tis the Season. There is some holly looking stuff on this paper, but I'm going to try and get away with it. Otherwise, the back of this one does have some red too, but I really like the snowflakes, and I'm hoping that I can kind of hide the fact that there's holly on here, or people won't notice. Holly could be winter too, I guess. And another 2 sheets that I'm going to bring in. So these are both 'Tis the Season, which is still available on the online only section. And the other paper I'd like to bring in is these 2. These are not available as far as I know. They were mix-ins from 2020, so I'm sure they're not available anymore, but they have a snow-esque look for me, so they're also going to be utilized. So hopefully you enjoy watching this come together, and yeah, that's the plan so far. That's the start of the plan. Let's see how it comes about. Well, this was really interesting how this layout came together, because some things definitely changed along the way, but here is the start. So the first thing I did was I took a 1/4 inch off each side of the 4 portrait photos in a row there, and I added a white border to each one. Then I added a white border to the bottom one, but it didn't matter how wide it was, so I added a border that was just around, so 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Snow pictures are interesting because of the white. You can pretty much use whatever colors you want, but usually you kind of have to go along with whatever coats people are wearing or clothing. Unless you print your pictures in black and white, then you can do whatever you want. The strips that I'm laying down in the background, I never decided when I drew the sketch whether I was going to put them up or down or where I was going to put them exactly. So I just move them around, and they find a resting place eventually, but you'll see them move a little bit. I just matted this picture of the 3 of us a couple of times. And now I'm trying to add this heart border in. Oh, looky there. Did you see what that was? Those are my gray scissors, and guess where I found them? Anyone with kids is going to say, oh, I should have known they were in my son's bedroom. So they're back. But yeah, they were missing for a while. Now I shifted these down, and I think that's where they end up in the end. I had to piece that heart black border together because there is only one 12-inch strip of that I have, so I had to make it work. Something else that's going on right now, as you see, there's a large snowball polka dot paper, blue and white paper there on the left-hand side. It doesn't make the final cut, but I was really considering it for a while. And that corner there changes up quite a bit over time, but that's the beauty of scrapbooking. You can look at it and decide how you're going to change things around. Oh, here comes the blue back. It was a hard decision to make. I just wasn't sure how I wanted it. And here I'm checking if there's any more things on the sticker sheet. I thought about using those big snowflakes, but they were just too big. And here I'm finding all the snowflakes that match my color theme, but they kind of disappear on that blue background. So that is going to change. But right now, I'm still working with them on there, and I'm still thinking that's going to be my plan. So this was all the stickers, snowflake stickers that were working out. So I had to make a few more because I wanted 9 snowflakes in that corner. So I die cut a bunch of these snowflakes that came with this stamp set. I'm not sure if it's available, but if it is, I'll link it. Otherwise, you could use any snowflake in this size. And I stamped them in both glacier and charcoal ink. Sometimes I'll stamp first and tape the thin cut in place, but in this situation, I cut several at once because these cut out quite easily. They're not too intricate, so you can cut more than one at a time. So I'm stamping after, and it's a bit tricky to stamp when you are trying to not get your head in the way of the camera. I did ink around the edges of these guys too, just to give them all a uniform look, because some of them were stickers and some of them were chipboards, punch outs, so they were all different. The title is all bundled up, but I just haven't punched the all and up out of the chipboard sheet yet. It wasn't too long ago that chipboard was still available, so I'll check that out for you too. Still just arranging them in a grid of 9 by 9 and trying to decide which way they should go, switching here and there so that there's not too much the same beside each other. It's funny because I swipe them off there and end up making them different later anyways. Sort of silly. Just kind of deciding how this is all going to turn out. So these pictures here were taken in Banff, Alberta. My brother and sister-in-law from Manitoba came to visit his brother, who is quite ill, and he lives about an hour away from us. So we said, we're going to come pick you up and spend a night with you, because they wanted to visit us. And we said, well, we'll come to you. So we picked them up, and we had booked a hotel during COVID really cheap, and we headed out to Banff with them, and it was like whiteout blizzard conditions, but my husband's a really confident driver, so it took us about 2 hours to get there. It might have been a bit more, but it's an hour and a half drive, I think. And while we were there, lo and behold, my other brother from BC happened to be out with his staff. They go on a ski trip every year, him and his staff. So we got to see, 3 siblings got to see each other from 3 provinces. So my other brother is only in that hotel room picture there in the very background. And then my sister and brother-in-law are on this other picture. So that's half of my family because I have 3 more brothers. I only have the one sister though, so we're pretty close. You'll notice here now that the blue paper disappeared. I saw how good the snowflakes looked on the black background, and the black background has kind of a snowbally little snow flake look. So that blue paper got taken out. You'll also notice that the snowflake paper disappeared, and I did end up opting for the chevron paper. I'm not really sure why I did that. It just wasn't working for me. Maybe that because the snowflake strip and the heart strip were kind of the same size, and I wanted something narrower. I did punch out those snowflakes on the red in circles. So I did actually use that strip. I just have a circle punch and I punched them out. Little circles. You'll see them better in the close-up later on. So I put these snowflakes all on a piece of string from my stash, and I'm going to suspend them from the top. So I ended up moving the title down as well so that I could have the snowflakes on strings, kind of tucking the strings underneath the top. And I liked how that felt better. It just felt it flowed better for me. I also liked having that strip underneath the pictures, the row of pictures on the right-hand side. I just liked having that black strip of paper showing. So I cut a black strip of paper. You'll have noticed that earlier when I was telling you the story of the pictures. I cut the black strip off that strip that went on top, and I moved it to the bottom just so that there's like an anchoring black strip underneath the pictures there. And then another anchoring black strip with the hearts on the very bottom. I also wanted to have a little bit of red cardstock on the right-hand page. Oh, I covered up that burgundy heart on that little coffee mug with a snowflake, with a circle snowflake. I also wanted to have some red cardstock on the right-hand side because there's red cardstock matting the picture on the left-hand side. So I added that little tab from the Tags and Tabs. I get a lot of use out of that set. And I actually bought it because I was watching videos and Erin Jacobson uses it all the time. And I thought, maybe I need that. She uses that a lot. So I guess it worked. It made me buy it, but sorry, Erin, I bought it for myself, not from you. So here, just adding some red. I wouldn't have thought red would have worked. Like, to me, snowflakes should be blue or white. But I just felt that little corner needed a bit more red, so I added a few more red bits, and I ended up adding a few red sequins as well. These are just from my stash, all the different colors that I've accumulated, and I definitely recommend just picking up one's little embellishments like this that you like whenever you see them, or if they're ever at a discount, buy them because you will use them. I pick them up on clearance whenever I can because it's nice to have every color so that you can just dig into your stash for them. Here is a close-up of everything on the page and how it all turned out, and I'm pretty happy with it. It did get away from me for a little bit in the middle there. I wasn't sure if I was gonna like the suspended snowflakes, but I'm pretty happy with them now. So it's a sweet layout. It was fun to challenge myself to use Christmassy paper in a non-Christmassy way. Just beautiful photos. You can, like, if you ever have a chance to go to Banff, go there because it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hit like and subscribe if you liked this video and you want to see more from me. And I'll see you the next time. Bye.